Look at it is not a crystal ball. However, it is very bright. So, like I said last video, I'm adding things to my home office here, and there's a lot of videos out there. There's actually a lot of people just making gadget videos, top 10 this week, top 10 this month, so on and so on and so on. Some of them are good and some of them aren't so good. But this is an LED ball, as you can see, that I picked up. I think it was on Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. I don't even think it was 30 bucks. It was like 24 bucks. And there's a bunch. There's a bunch of LED balls. And so I basically, my theory is highest review count of highest 5 stars, and a decent price. So hence this ball. This ball is, and I'll put the manufacturer's name or the vendor's name, because that's what I want to talk about. The vendor's name in the notes below, because this ball, as I found, is manufactured. I think all of these are probably the same manufacturer, so the quality I think really comes from who the packaging person is, but I think most of them are probably all the same. And the reason I know that is the bottom. Let me show you the bottom. So that bottom looks just like 5 other products on Amazon that have the same bottom, and it's the same overall dimensions. It's exactly the same. They're not waterproof, but water resistant, which is more than just water resistant. They're actually, some of them can float. I think this one is the same bottom of the one that can float. You can change color with the remote that I have. I'm not sure if all the LED colors are coming through. I am stifling. I'm shuffling through the different colors. But I mean, it's like 16 colors, I think, or 18 colors, and a couple of different modes, like the fade mode, like that. You can change the speed, blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, you need to realize that there's probably all the same people make all the same, most of the same, I should say, because I know that there are some difference, but they're not apparently very many different. Apparently it matters in the customer service of the reseller, because I've started to buy other things. Yes. Like I said, I was going to augment the office a little bit, so I bought some more of this crazy. Let's take a look. So this is the Loftek brand, and it's a cube, and I haven't even looked at it yet. So this is all new to me. That remote looks very similar, doesn't it? Almost the exact same remote. Oh, wait, it is. Exactly the same. Yep, same remote. See? Dug it out for you. So that's not so weird, right? I mean, parts are parts. And maybe the insides are completely different. It's possible. I'll give them that credit. Oh, look. Again, same kind of bottom, right? That's the Loftek Cube bottom. Exactly the same. The only difference is the screws, but it's also because the cube's bigger. There's the ball I bought by this brand. So, So let me dig this sucker out and let's take a look at it. Well, there's the cube. And so this is the Loftek. This is the Chakev, I'm going to say. This I bought for 20 bucks. I think it was like 19 at the time. It's on sale a lot. And this I bought, I think it was 32, maybe. So let's see. The Chakev, which again, I'm just saying, that's the same manufacturing parts at the very least. Chakev came charged. Loftek came charged, but it's not as bright. Let's see if the remote works on both. Oh my God. One remote to rule them all. That's how similar they are. So let's turn these things up. There. Oh. So there we go. That's supposedly the same color between them. Doesn't look like the same color, does it? So what's interesting about these glowy cube sphere blah blah blahs is I bet you $1 that's the same LED that's in that. And the reason it's dimmer here is because it's got to fill that entire space where this is getting to the edges of the sphere easier. I bet it's the same power, wattage, etc. Which is kind of disappointing because I was hoping more for the cube. It's obvious I should have just got multiple spheres. So if you are looking at LED spheres and cubes and geometric shapes for your office, the Loftek, although bigger and nifty squareness, the ball is actually better in many ways, only because of its brightness. Because, well, it's brighter. And so if your goal is to have a bright LED as opposed to a geometric shape in your background, or maybe you want both, I don't know. I'm greatly disappointed. I literally, this is the first time I've seen this and I am disappointed. So I may be more negative than I should be. I'm just saying the sphere is much brighter because the light gets out easier. Anyway, I have I went a little LED crazy after Christmas, so I have another thing coming. These giant LED spotlights that are, they say they were 100 watt, that just fire a big beam of LED light. And so they were super cheap. And so when they come, I'll take a look at them and share with you guys. But so far, if you're looking between a square and a sphere, or a cube and a sphere, and you're trying to figure out what makes one of these manufacturers any different from the other, I don't think they're any different. And yes, it's a bigger thing, but because it's bigger, I would have expected a bigger LED or a better designed LED. That's just sad. Sadness. That's what I've been doing, playing with my stuffs, and trying to deck out the office in something, the home office, in something a little bit more than just boxes. So my Pebble Speakers, which Creative Labs being, I don't know, 25 year-old company, 25 years, maybe 30-year-old, because I remember using them back in the mid-90s for their sound cards. Yeah, that's how old I am. But these speakers are pretty good. I picked these up for $29 on sale with a coupon or whatever. Amazon's coupons are pretty slick. Yeah, they're a little wet because it's raining outside. And I just brought them in from the garage. But I'm going to check those out. And then I bought this crazy thing. This, again, is another thing. It's a drawing tablet because I'm going to keep playing with my 3D printers. And I wanted to be able to manipulate the images. But this is from Inspiroi. But it's actually a Hejon. I don't know. So this is, you can look at it. It's the H16 610 Pro V2. The fascinating thing about this piece of electronically goodness, one, crazy cheap. And rated really high, but as I dug through the internets, I found out that 3 different tablets on Amazon that are rated really high, tablet drawing pads, just to be clear, I'm not talking about iPads. 3 different ones are actually manufactured in one plant, one company's spec, one company's innards. This is one of them, but this is the company that actually does the manufacturing. So I decided that I'm not going to go with Bob's Big Boy tablets made by the real company and just get the real companies. And it was pretty cheap, and it's rated pretty high, but I haven't tried it. So not a review of that. All I'm reviewing is the cube and the sphere and my disappointment, apparently. I wasn't planning to be disappointed. Let me just be clear about that. I was planning on being like, wow, look at the cube. Instead, still unhappy.